welcome to today's episode. My name is Kristen Berkeley, and with me today is Assa Cisse. She is a beauty and fashion influencer, and she's also the writer of the blog My Curves and Curls.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being
on thank today. You for having me. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So you are a very successful blogger, and I know everyone like today is like mesmerized by bloggers. They see them all over the place. But how did you get your start? Like, what made you get into this industry?
I started blogging at the end of 2008, right after I had my first son. And I think I started just out of curiosity and then out of boredom. I didn't know what to do with my time on maternity leave. I was bored to death. So I just decided to start a blog. And that blog was about African fashion. Because at that time in the industry, there wasn't a place for people to go to find African designers. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have this blog where I just feature the best of African designers. So that's how blogging started. And my current blog started in 2012. And yeah, and it's been going ever since.
It just took off.
Yeah, so on the first blog, I noticed that people were a lot more interested on like me, my outfits. I'm like, you know what, maybe I have something going on here. Maybe I should just start a new blog. Instead of rebranding and going through all that, I just started a brand new blog and tried to bring some of the readers from the old blog to the new blog, and then here we are.
Yeah, exactly. So your blog, it focuses a lot on body image and
right.
building up confidence. So why did you decide to go in that direction?
Because I've always been this way. I've always been, I guess you could say, the fat girl of the crowd, of the friends. And I knew I grew up with a lot of body issues and confidence, and it was a way for me to even help myself gain that confidence that I've seen other women had, and also a way to inspire other women that look like myself or don't even look like myself, that it was okay to love yourself, to love your height, to love everything about yourself. You know what I mean? So I think that at that moment there were a lot of blogs out there, but there wasn't a lot of blogs with women that looked like me.
Okay.
You know, so it was a way to just get other people to know that you don't have to be a size 0 to be beautiful. You know, you can be a size 10, you could be a size 20, you're still as beautiful as everybody else.
Exactly.
Right?
And is it kind of cathartic for you? Like, do you find it's almost helping you as well as you write these?
It is, because I mean, when you have a blog, you build a community of women. So you cheer them, they cheer you. So there are days when things are not going the way you want to, and you have this community of women out there. They're out there to tell you, hey, it's gonna be okay, hey, you know. So and I'm there also. I get many questions, I get many emails from people that I've inspired, and I mean, it's good. It's like when you have a blog, you have a community of women that are out there, you cheering each other up and then building each other up. So
yeah, so because you have a community, I mean, you have already established yourself and you've built up your audience.
Right.
But when you're first starting, like, what kind of struggles did you face as a blogger?
I think just trying to get I don't know if I struggled a lot. I struggled with probably opportunities around the time when opportunities start to come around, because I mean, as a Black woman, you always have to struggle to get 100 times. You have to struggle 100 times to get the same opportunities. But I think the beginning, because it was so much fun, because you were just out there having fun, it was a hobby, there was no sponsorship, there was nothing out there. So it was just having fun with other people. I mean, I remember when I got my very first comment, it was like heaven, you know? I'm like, oh my God, somebody's actually reading what I'm writing. So it felt so good. I don't think there was a lot of struggle at the beginning per se, but like moving forward, when blogging started to become more like a job, then, you know, the struggles have started, you know, trying to find work, trying to sustain yourself, trying to put your name out there, trying to reach out to brands and PRs, and so yeah, that's when the struggle. So, but I think the beginning was okay. I mean, it was just for fun, you know. And back then, there was no social media like there is now. So everybody was on blogs, leaving comments, cheering each other up, giving each other directions. So it was definitely a lot of fun.
That's great. So you mentioned something, and now I'm kind of wondering if you can explain a little bit more. Because you mentioned as a Black blogger, you have to work so much harder. Can you just explain what you mean by that?
I think this is something it's not only in the fashion or blogging, or it's in every industry. As a Black person, you still have to work 100 times harder in order to prove yourself, in order to show that you're worth it, in order to show that, you know what, I got something working here, and then I have a lot of women, Black or white or any color, that are out there that are interested in what I'm doing. So it's hard for people to see behind the colors, and it's still a problem now, but I don't want to get into too much details, but definitely it's still an issue even now. I mean, you see other people that you do better work done and everything, but when opportunities comes, then those doors are knocked for them or open for them, and then you're still out here trying to see, what am I doing wrong? Why is it not me? And but I think you just gotta keep pushing.
Exactly.
You just gotta keep pushing. I never let that stop me from being where I am or from going where I want to go. It's just that I have to work a little bit more harder. Yeah. That's it.
I know, and it's definitely paying off.
Right,
right.
Right.
So I just wanted to ask you too, because people look at your life now. They see Instagram, they see the travel, they see all the opportunities. But is it as glamorous as it really looks? Like, is vlogging that easy?
No. To be honest, I think our job per se is to make everything look easy and effortless, but it's definitely not. I've always said that Instagram is a created life, meaning that it's just part of my life that you're seeing. You're not seeing me sweeping my room or my house, cleaning the kids, washing them, taking them to their activities. There are a lot of things that people don't get to see because that's not part of, I guess, my brand per se. But it's not that glamorous. I mean, the pictures that you take, even on TV, they always say, oh, TV is not that glamorous. I've been on TV before, and I know like the background is so messy. There's so much going out there. So blogging is just the same way. There's so much happening in the background, so much work that you have to do. And then people get to see the final product.
And they're like, wow.
And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so nice, but it's not that easy.
I know.
Everything you have to plan. As a blogger, you always have to plan ahead of time. When spring is coming, you have to be able to put spring content before even spring is on the horizon. You have to think about, okay, what am I going to put? What are people interested in the spring? You have to plan. You got to be a good planner, if I should say. So it's not easy. It's not that glamorous. It's a curated life. I will say that all the beautiful Instagram accounts that you're seeing there, it's definitely not real life. Well, it's real life, but it's created to make it beautiful, and that's, I guess, what attracts also brands, because they want to be able to put their products into something that they find aligned with their brand, how do you call it? Their brand message, I guess. Yeah,
I understand what you're saying. So what would be like a day in the life of Assa?
Well, doing an interview with you. Well, my day start in the morning. I get the kids ready with my husband. We drop them to school. He goes to work. And most days I am in either meetings, interviews, working on blog posts in the morning, trying to negotiate contracts. And I think most of my time is also spent with the kids, because that's one of the motivation that keeps me going, because I get to stay home with them. I get to pick them up from school at the same time working. So a typical day, I would say, getting the kids to school, get on the blogging, take some photos, either for the blog or...
Do you take them yourself?
My husband does.
Oh, okay.
He does. Sometimes I use a photographer too, but usually for the lifestyle posts, I do take them myself. And most of the time, if my husband is not available, I have a tripod and the cell timer, and you just stare there. So like I said, it's not that glamorous. When you see that image, I'm like, oh my God, you're so pretty. But I mean, I had to run to the camera 3 times and come back just to get that perfect shot. You know what I mean?
Do it. I always
exactly.
I'm like, oh, why is it blurry?
Yeah,
oh, no.
yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. So I know that obviously, like we were saying, it's not as glamorous as it looks, and obviously a lot of people want to still pursue blogging. It's like the new thing to do. So if you had any advice, like what advice would you give, like your best advice to someone who wants to pursue blogging?
I think the best advice I can give to anyone is just be yourself, because there's only one of you. You know, you can get inspiration from me, from a lot of bloggers out there, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you and what you love, not to copy anybody else, just to be you, not try to be anything or try to be so successful overnight. Just take it one step at a time and just be you, be yourself.
Okay, wonderful.
That's
good advice,
yeah.
And it's hard too, because people, when they're starting to blog, I feel like, especially when they don't know what they're doing, they think, oh, let me pretend to be this way. Let me do what they want to see.
Yeah, no.
So
I think authenticity is the key to blogging, because you want your readers to be able to trust your voice. You want them to know that if there is a product out there that you don't like. Myself, this is my motto on my blog. I don't badmouth anything on my blog. If I don't like a product, I don't promote it on my blog. So it's nice for people to know that, you know, I can trust Assa's voice. If there's something she doesn't like, maybe she will never promote it. I will never promote something that I don't like. I always like to keep my blog as positive as positivity can be, and then promote things that I love, and not go around and put something out there and say, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I just want to be a positive person. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely not easy, but you know, I mean, when a lot of time opportunities come and the money is good, but you got to think about your readers, because you wouldn't be where you are without them. I mean, you got to be grateful to have these women and a few men out there that are trusting everything you have to say, that actually go out and purchase something because they saw it on you or because you promoted that item. So you got a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So you have to be careful as to what you want to put out there for your readers. They have to be able to trust you.
Great.
Yeah.
So do you have time for a quick game?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so just a few questions. It's just basically either or.
Okay.
And I know that you are a fashion influencer.
Right.
You've traveled, so those questions will be around that.
Okay.
So summer's coming up.
Okay.
If you had to pick between a hat, a summer hat, or glasses, sunglasses, which one would you pick?
I'll say glasses.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I can hide my dark circles.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Exactly.
I can deal with my hair, but like, you know what?
Exactly.
Those glasses, just glasses and lipstick, and you're done. Yeah.
I feel like a celebrity when I wear glasses sometimes.
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah.
But it's very funny, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you traveled recently.
Right.
If you had to pick between Jamaica and Anguilla, which one would you pick?
I'll say Jamaica. Maybe because I don't know so much about Anguilla. Okay. But I think Jamaica is definitely on my bucket list. I still want to go there.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and wedges or heels?
I'll say, well, you know what? I wish there was a third option there with flats. But I'll go with heels. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was the game.
Yay!
Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on today's episode.
Thank you.
And you guys can check out Assa on her blog, My Curves and Curls. Yes. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, every week we have a new profile taking place. So be sure to subscribe and take care.
Bye.